the big mistake with AI is thinking of it as mostly a technology that we need to adapt to with technical solutions. The technology itself can be amazing, it can be transformational, but the hard part of really summoning that tech and using it to its full potential doesn't mostly rely on you focusing on the technical problems. It's all about human challenges and organizational ones. So thinking about how you transform an organization, leadership models, strategy, culture, the way you hire and develop talent, all of those things, in many ways, the timeless, challenges facing companies, they're vastly more important and harder to figure out as those domains get transformed by AI. The actual tech is easy. Adapting to the future and understanding people and what they need to be successful with those tools, that's much harder. A lot of these breakthrough technologies, they can give us incredible capabilities, but every tech transition also challenges us in lots of ways. Our values, how we think about what good looks like. There is a trust problem often when it comes to these new systems. We race to get the new technology, but we haven't taken the time to really educate people to have them understand the full implications. We're at a moment in time now where every stakeholder, whether it's your employees, your partners, the public, they're all really concerned about how these tools really impact our lives and communities. And so I think it's important that we think about responsibility and trust and the safeguards around how we build these things as a critical part of developing all of these things and using them. It's not just about getting the latest shiny tool and jamming it and seeing the value. It is really taking time to build trust. What we're seeing right now is that organizations are experimenting with using AI to automate and transform decision-making at almost every level, every department, every process, with learning a lot as we go. This is a novel technology. The capabilities are advancing all the time. In the next 12 months, I think what we'll see is really greater familiarity with how these systems can enhance existing processes just to make them slightly more efficient. The next generation of AI systems and the things we'll see in the next 2-3 years will probably be things that really do get you to full automation. Right now, it's still really thinking about how do we optimize existing processes and just make them slightly better. There are ways in which AI can sort of directly accelerate and help you on particular things where you're competing. But really, because AI will have such transformational impacts around societies, around communities, actually, some of the ways it will manifest and show up in those competitive dynamics in industries will be wildly different, and there'll be things you won't really expect, right? For example, we're in a moment now where AI has completely transformed, obviously, social networks and how we discover content. And as people have discovered content from different sources in different ways, you've also seen people becoming really engaged in things that have come from very different ecosystems, which then drive people to very different interests. So why is it that, for example, Korean culture, K-pop, Korean cinema, games, these are things that have true mega-scale global appeal? It's because it was a lot of East Asian social media influencers who first adapted to short-form content that was shared on platforms like TikTok. And so actually, if you're a company that might be working in sort of any other domain, you might be working in retail, you might be working in hospitality, the things that consumers are choosing might now be radically different because culture has transformed as a result of AI improving and changing the nature of content discovery. So it's something where you might just be thinking, my competitor uses AI to make decisions better or to cut back off its costs and so on. But actually, it might just be the interests of your customers, your partners, your vendors, your employees, they all changed and the world changed around you.